Well, welcome, wonderful people. Thank you so much for joining me here in this space. Today we're going on a little bit of a journey to explore your heart space energy and activating what's known as your heart-lung meridian. Now, this is considered to be an energy highway within the body, localized within the upper region of the body, and is responsible for connecting back to things like passion and power. So what we're going to do is work through a series of asana that help to engage those elements of being. Really important this time of year. I'm filming this during silly season, so this tends to be a more anxious and chaotic time for a lot of people. It can be quite stressful. So you'll often find me at this time of year wearing clothes that I can both be practicing yoga in and running off to the next event in as well. So I'm in slightly more glam yoga wear today as well. So what we're going to commence with is a comfortable seat. So I'm in Vajrasana, your hero pose, which you can come into if that's right for you, or you might just have crossed leg or legs outstretched. When you find your comfortable seat, let the hands meet together just in line with the heart space, closing down the eyes if that feels comfortable, lengthening up through the spine, relaxing into the shoulders, softening your facial muscles. And just for the next few rounds of breathing, connecting to the way that you are breathing today naturally. Not trying to change anything at all. And just acknowledging how you find the breath. You might notice that the breath is flowing through the nose, through the mouth. Connecting to the sensations at the back of the throat, perhaps down the windpipe. And knowing that that lovely prana, that air, connects its way down to your lungs and ultimately throughout all parts of your body. Providing you with energy and healing and space. And then ultimately as you exhale out. Removing anything unwanted from the body. Anything that no longer serves you in a really positive way. You might not yet be all the way back to that place of quiet and calm, but certainly on the journey towards it. And then begin to imagine that the breath is no longer flowing from your nose or your mouth, but instead it originates at your heart space. As if you could breathe in and out through this space. Beautiful expanded breath on inhale. Wonderful release of anything unwanted on exhale. And perhaps naturally the breath just deepens on its own with that intention or suggestion. Now at intervals throughout the practice you might like to return to that notion of breathing in and out through heart space. But for now we're just going to let the eyes blink back open, hands can drop down from that space, and we're going to activate here a little more physically. So you're going to now extend the arms out either side of the shoulders. If you feel a little pinch in the upper body, it's a good idea to bend the elbows and re-stretch. We're going to turn the right palm upward, and then the left hand is going to rotate back behind you. So these are known as serving plates. So what you're going to do here is ease yourself over to the right side initially, and then do a quick change to the left. We're going to ease over to the right side, and then quick change to the left. So trying to work that rotation to both sides, if you can. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. Going to do that one more time to both sides, and then as you breathe out, we're going to take a breath in here again, elongate further, and now exhale to the right side. Breathing in, breathing out. And you'll feel as you continue that the arms will start to feel a little more energized, a little warmer, perhaps heavy as those muscles start working. We'll do one more time to both sides. Good. And then enjoy just letting it go. We're going to let the hands come to meet together again in that heart space. This time as you inhale, we're going to extend the arms up above, a little sway back, let the hands overlap each other, and then as you exhale, dive forward and down. as if you were diving into a body of water. A little rock and roll from side to side in that extension before inhaling and stacking up through the spine, allowing the hands to meet once more at heart space. Exhale to settle in. Inhale, extending up and back, hands overlapping. Exhaling, diving forward and down. A little rock and roll from side to side. Breathing freely. Inhaling, rolling up through the spine. Easing the hands back to center. Exhaling to settle into that space. We'll do that one more time. Inhaling. Exhaling. Free breathing here. Becoming more fluid in the body. And then inhaling, rolling your way back to center. Exhaling, settling into that space. Beautiful. I'm going to come over onto hands and knees now. So for a cat-cow flow, Majarasana, stepping hands to be underneath the shoulders, knees back and up heart so they're more so underneath the hips. And we're going to start off by syncing the breath with movement. So we're going to inhale here, lifting through the chin, through the tailbone. Exhaling as you round over through the spine and rolling the chin into the chest. Inhaling smoothly on the lift. Exhaling nice and easy as you roll over and under. Breathing in. And if my pace of breath is a little too slow or too fast for you, please feel free to change it. By synchronizing breath with movement, we just remove that mechanical nature out of the breath. Beautiful. We'll do one more full round here. Lovely. And arriving back into center. Good. From that center spot, you're going to tuck the toes under to the floor now. Splay out through the fingers and grip down into the earth with the pads of the fingers here. So really nice and strong with the arms. We're going to ease on back and down with the hips, with the pelvis, and then let the head rest in between the upper arms so that you can look clearly at the knees. You're going to watch your knees lifting halfway off the floor here, and then continue to press back through the tailbone. So you're lifting halfway up into your downward dog position. Holding and breathing, so we're really firing up here through the thighs, into the quads, and then nice and easy to unravel the legs. Pivot or step the feet or hands, can adjust a little further forward, create the space that you need, and then we'll walk the legs here. So we're pedaling through the feet, alternating from side to side. I sometimes like to swivel a little through the hips just to get that length into side body, loosening up into any aches or pains. Good, you might lift and lower a few times. Get the body moving. Wonderful, and then just reside in stillness for a few breaths here. So really good to adjust and to connect, but it is also nice to come back to a place where the breath is responsible for the movement and you observe the stillness that you can create within your body. So you can notice what's going on here. We'll take 2 more breaths here. And then softening into the knees, you can look at your hands as you start to walk your feet forward. And we're going to allow the feet to arrive at the hands. A little bit of space between the feet, so roughly hip distance apart here. Going to cross your arms over, holding onto your elbows and a nice soft bend into the knees here. Let your chin tuck in towards the chest. If comfortable, your eyes can close and just hang down nice and loosely. Body breathing. You might like to add a little sway from side to side. And just let your body flow to wherever it would like to be. After your next breath in and out, you can let your hands fall down to the floor. Really holding nice and long into Uttanasana, your standing bend. And then slowly from here you can place both hands to your lower back, press in nice and firm as you bend forward through the knees, and just enjoy the journey in gradually rolling your body up and out from that. Good. Let it go and shake your legs nice and loosely to release. So here we're going to keep the feet roughly that hip distance apart here, and I'm going to guide you into a nice energizing flow using your Utkatasana or your chair. So I'll show you a sideways view of this first. So here, holding nice and strong into a widened version of your Tadasana, connected down through both feet, core is on, spine is long, facial muscles relaxed, but the eye gaze is fixed steadily forward. Going to slowly extend your arms forward and up, as if you're holding something really important above your head that you either don't want to drop and break, or you don't want it to drop on top of you. So here we're keeping the hands nice and active as well, so arms are engaged. If up above your head gets a little bit too much at any stage, you can work instead the arms forward, just nice and aligned with the chest. That's absolutely fine to do as well. So wherever you are in this engagement, we're going to take a breath in. And then as you breathe out, we're going to descend down through the knees, so they're going to bend forward, and then equally press back and down through your sitting bones and tailbone. So you're coming into your Utkatasana chair. Now you can come into stool if you wish to, which is a little higher, or you can descend down nice and deep into this. So we're doing that on the exhalation. We're going to also sweep the arms to the right side. So you've got that descent coming down, but then a rotation added in as well. Going to slowly inhale, rise tall, and then exhale and work that descent and rotation to the opposite side, so to the left. Breathe in. So we're getting a little more familiar now with the movement. Breathe out to the right. Breathe in, extending tall and active. Exhaling to the left. Good, let that flow. Inhaling up. Exhaling to the right. Go a little deeper if you can. Breathe in up. Exhaling to the left. We're going to do one more time to both sides. Inhaling up. Exhaling to the right. Inhaling up. Good, exhaling to the left. This time as you inhale up, instead of rotating, we're going to bring the arms back behind the body, descend nice and deep, but lift your heels, coming into ski pose. A nice little surprise there at the end. Beautiful, and then inhale, rise, heels are grounded, and exhale, just let it go. Shake the legs out nice and loose. Going to keep that fire in your legs here, so from the front edge of your mat, feet can come in together. Going to bend the knees forward and take a step back on your left foot. So you're going to rock and roll initially into the feet, making sure you've not crossed steps, so you've got some nice spacing between the feet, and then you're going to rotate to the wide edge of your mat. So your back foot is on an angle, about a 45-degree angle, spreading out your toes. Front toes are pointing to the narrow edge of your mat at the very top of your mat. Going to start to lunge your knee towards that top edge, heading towards your second and third toes. Keep your spine in center, and then enjoy extending the arms wide. So again, we're coming back to that heart space energy. Going to take a big breath in as you straighten out at the lunge, rise tall. Exhale as you sink nice and low again. Breathing in, rising up. Exhale, sink nice and low. We're going to do two more just like that. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathing in. Breathing out, and hold the position, but don't hold the breath. Let it flow. We're going to drop your back hand, left hand down, right hand up. Sway back into dancer. And then ease over into side stretch. So your right forearm comes to your thigh, left arm comes up and across. Going to do that again. Inhaling. And exhaling. Nice and easy over. From here, we're going to come back to our warrior two. Let the hands drop down to the hips, and we're going to work the feet in the opposite direction. So you've got your right foot angled in slightly on the diagonal, left foot all the way turned out to the narrow edge of your mat, bending into that knee, sinking into your wide lunge. But then we're opening the torso and chest to the wide edge of the mat. Arms then connecting to the stretch, gazing over the left fingers. Breathe in, rise tall, you can rise out of the lunge. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Inhale, rise the energy upward. Exhale, sink low. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, hold. We're going to let that right hand drop back, left arm up and over, inhale, and exhale into your side stretch. Good, inhale, sweep it back to dancer, and exhale, side stretch. Wonderful. This time we're going to let this top arm drape over the face, spiral around to the wide edge of your mat, pivot the feet a little wider themselves, and then let the head go. So entering into your Prasarita Padottanasana, wide-legged forward fold. Now if your head's coming quite low into this, it can of course rest along the floor. Otherwise, just tuck the chin to the chest, facing the very crown to the ground. Hands might hold onto the floor or out wide to your legs, or feel free to thread them through the gap between the legs. Breathing. You don't have to be static here. You might allow yourself to sway a little from side to side. Once again, go where it feels good. Beautiful. You're going to start to turn your feet towards the right as the hands walk around to that narrow edge. Lift the back heel so you can pivot on the ball of the foot. Turn the front toes forward. Going to step this front foot back into your downward dog, holding steady for a breath or two. Good, and then bending down through the knees. We'll sink back to the heels for your Pranattanasana, your child's pose. Arms might be out in front or just beside your feet and your shins. Nice, neutral, cooling position. Body breathing steady. And then rolling up nice and smooth. Beautiful. So this is where I'm going to leave you. If you would like to come down to the floor to rest for the last few moments, allow yourself to connect back to the breath, back to that heart space, and you might like to again imagine the breath originating from that area. But otherwise, you might like to join with me in sharing Namaste. You might have heard Brucey then, he's also had enough, he's ready to come out for some cuddles. So hands can come to rest in the heart space. Let your head drop forward and down here in honour of your practice, in honour of that heart space energy. And I look forward to our next play together on the mat. Namaste.